Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back, everybody. So we have a new year starting very soon. Going to ask a question. What direction is your money going in? How financially sound are you? We take care of our homes, where we live. What about your financial house? We're going to talk about that today and a lot more about your personal finances with a gentleman who I believe we all have a destiny, and his destiny is to help people in many different ways. And he's dedicated his life to that. His company is called My Financial Compass, one of a number of companies that he has. And he joins us today on the program. Jacobo Laya Jr. is here. How you doing today?
How you doing, sir? How's it going?
Very well, very well. Your backstory is interesting, and I'm going to get to that in just a sec. But when it comes to our finances, our personal finances, and the people that you work with your company, myfinancialcompass.org, what are you hearing from people nowadays? Yeah, a lot of things going on. We just had the election and, little uncertainty. What do you hear overall from people?
Everybody's trying to figure out a path to grow. Obviously, our economy is struggling, even though we keep on trying to improve ourselves and everything. There's future to come and opportunities are coming, but we need to be more aware of how we run our money. That's something that I've had to come and grow myself too, because it was never taught to me, and I had to learn the hard way.
I'm glad you said that because I just had this conversation with somebody. They teach you so many things in school, middle school, high school, even right down to how to cook, how to make egg muffins. Yeah, you'll learn that. They don't teach you personal finance. In fact, you look at, students in high school now, even people in their 20s, let's go there, people in their even upper 20s have never even written a personal check. Not that you always need to, but you should know how to do it just in case you need to. There's so much, I want to say, financial illiteracy out there that it looks like you're trying to change that.
Oh, I mean, little do we realize we have so much power in the palm of our hand, and what are we doing with it? And instead of trying to access all that knowledge and that wealth of knowledge, we're becoming more and more backwards when, hey, we need to move forward, and we need to wake up and achieve more, because it's available for all of us. It's there. What are we doing with ourselves? That's a question that I've asked myself and asked my children. Hey, think about it, because the future is at large.
When you look at making your way to financial freedom, what are some of the things? We'll go broad and basic right now, but what are the things that we should be looking at? I mean, some of us might look at growth. Some of us may look at savings. What's your overall feel?
Just look at others how they've grown. It's not you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just learn from people who have been successful. That's what I've done to learn, get the knowledge that I've gained so far. I'm not trying to reinvent anything. I'm just trying to pass on what I've learned from those who've made it there. I'm no millionaire or anything like that, but at least I've been able to grow and beyond what normal people have been able to do, because I just follow the systems that others have tried to install for us.
I detect from you, Jacobo, that financially it sounds like you have peace of mind. You sound like you're in a good place because you've got a grip on your finances, because this is what you studied, and then you wanted to help other people with that. Would you say that that's true?
For the most part, mainly because of I have faith. We put ourselves in God's hands to lead us in the right path. If you put that in that faith and you go with it with courage, and look at others who have been successful, mm-hmm. You're gonna find the kind of support you're gonna need, and you're gonna be able to move ahead and all that. It's those of us who stay complacent, who become accustomed to the norm, and don't try to seek other new horizons. That's when we get stuck and don't move forward.
Well, I want to talk about your history, and you've done so much. That's why we've made you our professional of the year when it comes to, many different things. But you served our country I want to talk about that and even where you started. How did your journey begin?
Oh no, it began back in 1990. In 1990, after I joined the Navy, my father left me over at college, and 6 months later, I told him, "Hey, I'll be joining the Navy," because he inspired me. He was in the Venezuelan Navy when I was a kid, and he inspired me a lot about the service, his trips to around the world, and serving there at the Venezuelan Navy there. And I just figured, hey, that's something that I might want to do. And when I became legal age, I joined and started there on my journey and served 20 years.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. I had no idea that your dad was in the Venezuelan Navy, and that inspired you. Wow.
Yeah.
My gosh. Before that, what did you want to do when you were growing up? Did you have a direction that you wanted to go in?
I was always inspired also by my family was a very big inspiration to me. My aunt was a physics teacher in Venezuela. My uncle was a photographer in Venezuela. My another uncle, he's also an entrepreneur there. So I took all those things from my families and tried to instill those, and I've been able to thankfully put many of those things to work in my path. Family can be very influential, and we want to be, we always want to strive to be better as each generation goes. What do we want to leave behind for the future?
With everything that you've done and that you're doing, especially with your company, My Financial Compass, you are very strategic in what you do. You spent years with the Navy, and thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you.
You were an engineer, an analyst. You ran deep with a lot of different types of operations. Tell us about that.
Well, I just took everything that I learned while I was in service. There, I was just an enlisted person there, but I took it to heart. The leadership that they taught us there, the discipline, and put it to good use. Made sure to surround myself with people who were in good paths, and inspired myself. Yeah. Was it all gold and blue? No, I had to struggle. There was a lot of discrimination, a lot of stuff that we had to go through. Especially being enlisted, Hispanic, and all these things. Theirs is not a all gold path there, but we struggle through everything, and we can have when you have faith.
You said, "Tell me about your faith." Tell me about your faith.
I'm always been I'm devoted to Christ our Lord. I've been a Catholic all my life there, but I also had a good journey with baptism and all other denominations, learning from each other as well. And I think we can all learn from each other because it's about Christ and His path.
Now, I'm not going here to get very religious or very spiritual, but I do want to ask this question. What do you say to somebody who believes in God, but just hasn't taken that next step to really bring God into their life for whatever reason? Maybe they're just, they're a little apprehensive. They're just maybe not believing so much, but there's something in them that says yes, but they haven't maybe just crossed that bridge yet. What do you say to them? I
say go back to the scripture, go back to the Word of God, and look at Abraham and all those guys in the Old Testament. It's all about faith. And just take it, hey, when you do it, and God's going to put you that opportunity there in front of you, take it upon faith. That's why Abraham got to become the father of all the nations and everything, because he believed. And if you can believe, all things are possible to those who believe.
Well, isn't that part of Scripture, too, that all things are possible through Christ?
Exactly. And that's all been the way, and that's what I hope, and I pray that everybody can get that through in their hearts. We are going through some tough times. Things are crazy in our future, and it's going to take a lot of faith and a lot of hope to make it through.
And you say that your dad inspired you a lot. I understand your grandfather and your grandmother had a big impact on you as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well then here's two individuals who had no really any formal education or anything, and they raised four awesome children on their own. My grandfather was just a cab driver, taxi driver in Caracas, back in the old times there in Venezuela, and had an apartment, had everything that they do. Granted, he instilled a lot of hope for their children, and they all came through. And my father did the same thing with us and my family as well. So we just I got to follow that same line of path, and hopefully and prayerfully that our children follow the same path as well.
You sound like somebody who really wants to inspire and mentor. Just do your thing to help people, especially financially. And we're going to get to your creative side in just a moment. But what advice do you have for younger people, that are just trying to find their way? Yeah,
you gotta go out there and search for it. You gotta have a dream. You gotta have a destination. If you look at yourself as a vessel and life is the ocean, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? Are you just going to be a static metal building tied to a pier, or do you want to be a vessel who's going to go out there and search beyond the horizons to see what's out there and everything? You don't know what's going to be behind it. Is it going to be easy or anything? The surprise is going to be when you cross over it. If you stay stuck, if you stay behind, you'll never know what's on the other side.
I think that's beautiful, and I love the fact that you tied it into a vessel and in the ocean, especially with your Navy background. I think that's yeah. And right away, I caught it when you said the word vessel. Nobody calls it a vessel unless you're in the Navy.
Exactly.
That's awesome. What challenges have you come across that challenged you in a big way, but you overcame them? Anything that stands out for you?
Mainly my belief in myself. I mean, who am I? I'm just an individual. I'm no inventor. I got no exceptional skills or anything like that. I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not Jeff Bezos. I'm not any of these people. I'm just a normal human being. Yet, we come where we are because we just took it upon faith. And I had a hard time believing in myself, but my wife believed in me. God obviously definitely believed in me and everything. I just took in those things in there, and I know that I have a mission, that I have to take care of my family, that I have to take care of and be that example and leave that legacy behind for my future children.
So you have faith. You have faith in God. How do you find that faith in yourself? So many of us, and it comes from our past. They say that we all, in some regard, feel that we're not good enough, and that could be from you could have been bullied on the playground, when you were 7 years old, and that was stuck in your head that I'm not good enough, and we go through life even as adults thinking that we're not good enough. How do you find that faith in yourself? That strength in yourself, that resilience in yourself to move yourself forward.
You got to find the right environments to be in, to surround yourself with the people who can inspire you. More importantly, to be in the right family. You're not just your natural family, but your church, your neighborhood, and everything. I go back to I learned it from Robert Kiyosaki on Rich Dad Poor Dad. You'll be the sum of the five people you surround yourself most often, and that's been like, wow, yeah, definitely. When I read that and learned it, I was a slap in the face, and realized that, hey, I was doing that not intentionally, just instinctively and everything. But now I know, hey, it is true, and you got to do that if you want to really be successful.
That is one of my favorite quotes, that you are the sum of the five people you spend the most time with. And I don't think of that in a negative way, but
no.
When you think of those people, go ahead. Everybody's listening right now, and I know there's many. Think about that for a second. Who are those people around you, and what qualities do they bring to your life? Does it support your goals, your dreams. Makes you think. Makes you think for a moment, doesn't it?
It did for me. It did for me, and that's why you start looking around. And it's not about trying to discriminate your others or anything like that. It's just simply to bring into your circle things that are valuable, and because it's your turf. You don't want weeds. You want good fruits and all that stuff. You don't want to bring weeds into it that can damage your crops.
Well, I believe that when you think of those 5 people, and it's a moving target because life is like that. Yeah, let's say 5 years ago, the 5 people in your life, it may have changed, and you look at the people now, your values have changed, your direction has changed. Are those people still supporting you? If those are some of the same people that were in your life, let's say 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, your childhood, when you take those evaluations of your life, then it kind of comes clear, like, oh, wait a minute, out of those 5, 2 of them really don't really fit. I want them. I like them for certain reasons, but they really don't align, with what my life is now. I want to go to your creative side. Mm-hmm. And part of that creative side is you have in addition to your financial company and being a financial coach, a photography company, professional photography. Tell me about that.
Well, it was something an endeavor that me and my wife started together. Like I said, I was already inspired by my uncle as a professional photographer for a news network over in Venezuela. And when we got married, my wife and I, now celebrating 25 years together.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Thank you. We wanted to do something together, and we found that photography was something that we did. We love marriage, so we focused on weddings because we wanted to help couples create strong marriages. Just like our parents have, both of our parents have been, and through our lives and everything. This is key to everything. If you're gonna go down the aisle, make it with that certainty that you're there. You're getting married. It's not a contract. It's something that you want to do and want it to last forever.
That should be the intent. And when you're photographing a wedding, how do you get the perfect shot where you capture the emotion, you capture the couple for who they are, or let's say you might be photographing the bride? How do you pull that out of them? How do you find that as a photographer?
As a photographer, you got to be familiar with the process. Having followed through from those who taught us, following the examples of those that done it before, and just being familiar with what it is, the process of getting married. You're going through getting ready. Weddings it's not just one event, it's a compilation of events going together from your engagement all the way through your reception, on your way to your honeymoon. All of these things have different phases of the wedding. That's how we build our packages there and teach people, hey, each thing is very particular. Each emotion is very particular. From getting ready, your reception, your ceremony is the key part of it there. And here you are. You're celebrating when you go to your reception and you're finally doing. We're here. We're one. Now we're going to start christening a new vessel together as one. Where it was used to be 2 vessels, individuals. Now you're going to journey life together as one vessel. And it's not about being a captain and XO. They're together. We all got to construct it, and we got to build it. We're going to build our own ark, because eventually it's going to harbor our own family there, and we want to journey that life together.
So, Jacobo, I love the name Jack and Mac Photography. I got the Jack part. And Mac is your wife. How does that connect to her name?
Mackerly. My wife, her name is Mackerly.
Oh, wow.
And, yep. She's from Venezuela as well. She was actually born in Venezuela, sorry. She was born in Venezuela. I was born in Philadelphia, but I was raised in Venezuela until I was 12.
Wow. Fantastic. What a fun thing to do with your partner, your wife. I mean, it's got to be so much fun. Every time you guys shoot a wedding, does it almost feel like you're reliving your wedding in a little way?
That's why we do it, because we want to relive that part and our commitment to each other, to be that example to our kids, and encourage those that are going down the aisle to, hey, this is an awesome thing that you're starting. You're starting a new journey in life together as one.
How does that make you feel after you've shot a wedding? You've provided the proofs, or let's say, the final photos, final album, however you present it, and you look at the couple's faces, and you might even see maybe a tear coming from the bride, that she's so happy. How does that make you feel?
Oh, that's that we're complete, that we mission accomplished. There, not really mission accomplished, because our goal is to be able to maintain that, establish that friendship with our customers for life, and so that we can help and support each other. We're married ourselves now, and if we can share what we've been through in our lives, because it's not all gold either, we can help each other out and make sure that marriage stays strong. Well,
considering that you were a senior operations analyst and did a lot of that deep thinking when you worked in the military, mission accomplished. We're going to go with that, at least for the wedding. More pictures coming, whether it's a christening or whatever the special event for that couple. Because, it's really about the relationships. I'm sure that you get many callbacks from the couples you work with for the future celebrations in their life to be photographed, right?
That's correct. That's we're always hoping there, and we do that. We put it on our website, and we put it on everything that we do.
That's awesome. So Fredericksburg, Virginia is where you guys are based out of. Do I have that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If somebody's in that area, or regionally within travel distance where you would travel, how do we find the photography company?
JAC, N as in November, macphotography.com. We're there. We've been there now for over 16 years. The business has actually really done very well, thankfully, and thanks to God, the last 3 to 4 years. And it's just been phenomenal, how things have been going. There, we're really happy for, not just for ourselves, but for the couples we've done our services to. There, everybody's been hearing the reviews speak for themselves of how much we are devoted to our clients.
Now, Jacobo, you are so versatile, coming from the creative side, the strategic side, and certainly the financial side. And that side of you is at least half a decade in the making there. My Financial Compass is the company. You can work with anybody virtually, I would assume.
That's correct. We use Zoom. We use technology as much as we can. We like to be in person here, at least in the region. But we've been doing also workshops online. We'll travel to several places nearby to do group or organizations and just education, and to do financial planning 101. Hey, let's start with the basics and learn. Make your money work for you, not for somebody else.
If somebody's looking to change their financial future, how do they find you there?
www.myfinancialcompass.org. We're there. Just reach out and contact, set up an appointment with us. Our consultations are totally free. We're just on a mission to be able to help educate people there and learn about how to reach financial independence.
I don't think I've spoken to anybody on this show that is so versatile, coming from a senior operations analyst in the military, financial coach, professional photographer. I don't know what's coming next, but I want it on my show. Jacobo, great talking with you. Thanks for being our professional of the year. You truly deserve it. And happy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it for the opportunity. Grateful, and pray that others may learn and take on the voyage themselves. Get off the pier and go out there and navigate.
Love it. And you're there to help people navigate in many different ways, whether it's financially or capturing memories. Looking forward next time we get a chance to get together.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it.
Same here. And we'll be right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Woo! Let's get crazy!
In movies, when someone at a party jumps into a pool fully dressed, everyone cheers them on and jumps in too. Just so you know, in real life parties, nobody jumps in after you. You just look stupid.
Come on, jump in! Come on!
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.